So Tribe, we're here with Octavius from New York. What brought you to Kenya?
Oh man. So I've been to Kenya before. I came to Kenya in 2018.
Okay.
And I was in the coast. I went to the coast. I was in Mombasa.
Okay.
Actually, I was supposed to go to Zanzibar. I did go to Zanzibar,
In
but
Tanzania.
yeah,
Yeah.
but my flight to Zanzibar got delayed. Well, it got canceled, but they put my another flight. But that flight was like 2 days later.
Okay.
So I was in Mombasa for like 3 days. Stayed in Nairobi Beach. It was cool out there, but I didn't come to Nairobi until like 5 months ago, October, and I've been here 3 times since. I can't stay away.
Wow, 5 months. 3 times within 5 months.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how was the coast for you? How was
So-
that? How was the people, the vibe, the energy?
Oh man, my favorite part of the coast I've been to was Watamu.
Okay.
Watamu is incredible. Like the Meter Creek. They have a place where you can like chill and watch the sunset. Just overall nice people. I mean, the Kenyans in Nairobi are nice, but the coastal Kenyans, man, those are. If I had to say God chosen people, they are some of God's chosen people. Just incredibly helpful, nice, friendly, welcoming. They took care of me. They fed me nice. They gave me so many drinks. I had to like decline them. So, but yeah, my boss was cool. But
Watamu.
Watamu is like my
if
favorite.
somebody's going to visit the coast, you would advise them to visit Watamu.
So if they're gonna be in Mombasa, I would just say stay at the city. Just go to Nairobi Beach. There's a lot to do there. But if you want to like drift away from Mombasa, the places that I've been to was Watamu. I have not got a chance to go to Diani or Wasini Island or Lamu. Lamu is on my bucket list. I heard a lot of great things about Lamu. So those are bucket list destinations.
Okay. So is Watamu more a family vibe, or is it more like singles, people wanting to mingle? How's that?
I feel like both, and maybe because like I don't know if everyone that was there is from there, or if they are like tourists, visitors, expats. But like I saw a lot of families, and then I saw a lot of single people.
Okay.
And just everyone were just so helpful and friendly. And I like the fact that like I come from America, so our coastal areas, Miami Beach, South Beach, Myrtle Beach, Virginia Beach, Ocean City, like all these beaches, they're always crowded. Like you go to the beach and it's people everywhere. It looks like the beach is infested with ants. But on the coast of Kenya, it's not that many people out there.
Yeah.
There's so much space to just breathe and to stretch. And if you want to like do your little corny dance on the beach or a photo shoot and not worry about somebody staring or looking or intruding your space and invading your privacy, the Kenya coast is there. White sandy beaches. The water is just the perfect color blue, turquoise blue. Very tranquil out there. So if when I move to Kenya, I want a place here in Nairobi, and then I want one out on the coast.
Yes, I like that. You said when you move, so you putting that energy. You manifesting that energy. So you're definitely going to be here.
Yeah.
So how'd you hear about Kenya? Did you grow up hearing about Kenya? Did you grow up hearing about Africa, the continent? What drove you to visit the continent instead of, I guess, European areas?
So I think like the inspiration for all it went back to like that ugly time in America, like 2013 to 2019, where every day you would wake up and someone black was getting killed by the police. With about maybe 60-70% of them being black men, and you're just like and like I'm in my young 20s during that time frame. Where, like there just has to be life. It's better elsewhere for us. Like this, like this just can't be it. You would think with all the decades of progress from all of our black legends and icons who fought, risked their lives, got killed, got assassinated, and we're still dealing with a lot of the BS that we're dealing with in America. So that was like the inspiration, and I think what kind of pushed me more. It's crazy because 2015 was the worst year of my life, and it still is. It started out great, but the trajectory of my life during that year quickly went from a high to an all-time low. So as I'm picking up the pieces of myself and trying to move forward, I moved back to New York from college, and the end of 2015, I was like, you know what? The relationship with my father and I, it's not the best.
Yeah.
And, you know, he knows me, I know him. You know, we've interacted, you know, every now and then, but we don't see each other, talk to each other, or be in each other's presence every day. So I kind of wanted to mend that relationship and, you know, just learn more about our family and our roots. I don't know what encouraged me or pushed me to buy a flight to Africa, but I did. And so I've been to 7 African countries.
Wow.
So my first was Ghana.
Okay.
My first was to Accra. And I was cool up until it's time to get on a flight. So like the day before, I'm kind of nervous. My heart is pounding, beating. I'm pressing myself. Like, why the hell am I going to Africa? Like, why the hell am I going to see huts and mud shacks and you know, famine and poverty? Because, you know, that's what they teach us about Africa, you know, in America. So I got on a plane, Delta. It was about like 9 or 10 hours. And, you know, as we're like about to deplane, we're flying over the city. I'm looking at the map. I'm like, this is a city. It's developed.
I had
There's
no
buildings.
idea. Right.
You know, no idea. I had the image of Africa the way that it's taught to us, or it's told to us in America. And so I get to Accra, and Accra's cool. I had a good time there. But every place I went to got better and better and better. So from Ghana, there was South Africa. Johannesburg, still my favorite, you know, place on the continent.
Okay.
After then, it was Kigali, Rwanda.
Okay.
Kigali, Rwanda is an incredible place, clean place, nice place. Then after that, there was Kenya, you know, to go to Zanzibar.
Yes.
But what inspired me to come to Nairobi? I think I give credit to this lady named Brittany Caldwell.
Okay.
You know, her YouTube used to be Brittany in Africa, but it's now Brittany Caldwell, her name.
Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Brittany.
I just started one day like watching a bunch of vlogs, and that was like during the pandemic. You know, I would either be, you know, because like the way that my job was, we would work 2 weeks, have 2 weeks off.
Oh, that's nice.
And so like during my 2 weeks, even when I was at work, you know, if I'm not reading a book, I'm, you know, on YouTube watching vlogs, destinations all around, you know, the planet that I want to go to. And it was just the Kenyan ones that were sticking out. And, you know, one of them was Brittany, and just the conversation that she was having with Tadre and Simone, shout out to them. Just the way that they were describing just life and their transition and what brought them here, it was just very encouraging. So I planned a trip here, my 31st birthday. I came in October. That was not the best trip. I made so many mistakes that trip.
Like what mistakes did you make? So
going
our audience,
over budget, waste of money, taking advantage of, overspend again, oh man.
Yeah.
So that trip, I met a friend, and I met him from Instagram because I saw that he was at a club. So I reached out to him. He was like, "Oh yeah, when you come out, I'll take care of you." So when I get here, instead of getting my own Kenyan line for like M-Pesa, oh no, you can use mine. So I used his, but like several days later, I'm noticing that my balance is different than what it's supposed to be. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I keep my receipts.
Yes.
You know, I go to Navis, Quick Mart, Carrefour. I keep my receipts. Like, yeah, this is not right. So then I end up losing my phone. I go out to a club one night. We started out at Alchemist, and then we went to like this low key like hole in the wall joint in CBD, and I end up getting too drunk. I wasn't sick or anything, but I ended up losing my phone in CBD. It was just it was a great trip. Yeah. But it was compared to the 3 trips I had, it was the worst one.
It was the worst one.
Yeah.
So what you learned from that trip though? What you learned from that?
I have to trust everybody. Not everyone has my best interest at heart. You know, although we're the same color, we look exact the same. these Kenyans, they know who's foreign, who's not. They know who's Kenyan, who's not. So like they are making, even if I try to blend in, like I would wear like, solid color shirts, trying to look like a Kenyan, and they still knew.
They still know.
Yeah.
Especially as soon as you open your mouth, right?
Oh,
as soon as you open your mouth.
And I go to places, I don't even open up my mouth. I'm like, I'm waving, I'm nodding my head. I'm not even trying to open up my mouth. Even if I need help, like, So
I get that. I get that. So what do you advise people that visit Nairobi, kind of like the first things to do when they get here, or what things they should look out for? What would you advise somebody that's coming over here for the first time?
First of all, do your research. And, me, I'm not anti-tour guides and all those people, but I feel like, if you do your own independent research, your trip will be successful. If you're coming here, you want to have the best time, but you also want to stay within your budget. Do your research. Know what hotels to stay in, or know policies as far as visitation, Airbnbs, rules. First of all, M-Pesa is everything here. So there's tons of videos on YouTube. There's a lot of websites. And there's a lot of Kenyan people that will help you too. Just get set up with M-Pesa. So M-Pesa is everything. Learn how to navigate it. Safaricom, and just network with people before you get here. Social media is a huge, giant monster that you can use to your advantage. There's people on YouTube, vloggers, social media. So just do your research. If you do your research, you'll have an incredible time. And when you get here, trust your gut. Your instincts are everything. That's like the best advice that I can give.
When you brought up Safaricom, how? So people back in the States, they don't believe that you can have good internet service, right? How's your phone service and your internet service here? Is it bad, good? Explain that for the audience.
So actually, Safaricom is good. So I would encourage everyone, if you don't have an iPhone 14 or any type of phone that has dual eSIM capabilities, when you get here, get a Safaricom SIM, and that basically gives you your own Kenyan line. When I say line, like your phone line. The internet access is pretty good with Safaricom. You get like free WhatsApp. So never use a carrier like a US or European. Never use a carrier's data, voice, or text messages while you're here. Just get Safaricom. It's incredibly inexpensive. You get like free WhatsApp with some plans, like free YouTube access, and you just use everything just from Safaricom. So I have no beef with Safaricom. They've been very good to me. The only beef I have in Nairobi, I never expected to experience what I experienced in South Africa here. And it's not bad, but in South Africa, they call it load shedding, which is when the power goes out for an extended period of time.
And they're dealing with a lot of that right now.
So it's like the city tries to balance the power grid. So if there's a certain part of the city that is using more like power, more energy, they will limit their energy so that the power and electricity could evenly flow throughout the city. I've experienced that here, but it's not as bad as South Africa. South Africa, there were times where like 12 hours I'm without power.
Oh, wow.
So if your building don't have a backup generator, you're screwed. Especially if you're working from home.
Yeah.
Or you're content creator, you're trying to edit, upload something. You're trying to meet a deadline. You try to like communicate with people via Zoom or teleconferencing, you're screwed. But here, most buildings have good backup generators. There was an Airbnb that I stayed at that did not have a generator, so we was out of power for like 3 hours.
Okay. That was a few days ago.
Yeah,
the national grid went out. Yes.
Yeah. But like every building around me, now I stay in Westlands, so every building around me, their lights are on.
Yeah, they have power.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting on the balcony with my iPhone, with my flashlight, like. Any moment now.
Yeah, for real. Yep. Wow. So how's the people compared to Black Americans back in the States? Like, are people more helpful here? How's that energy? Especially with random strangers. I know I'm from Philadelphia, so you look at somebody too long, they ready to rumble, right?
Yeah.
So how's your experience here with the people compared to
So
in the
I'm
States?
a New Yorker. So New York is the home of I don't want to say mean or rude, but we're not the nicest people.
Yeah.
But coming here, everyone, like, I remember the first time I came to Nairobi, and I'm going through customs at Jomo Kenyatta. As soon as I walk outside, everyone like Caribou, yeah, I'm like
Yeah, they say welcome.
like it's like welcome home, brother.
Yeah.
Nayambani. Like I know Swahili, y'all, but I got much more improvement.
Yeah.
But like just welcome home, brother. What can I do for you? How can I be of service to you? So everyone was just willing to help just at the airport, and then getting to the Airbnb, getting checked in, the security, everyone just looking out, and in the streets. I'm walking around like I'm a local, not worrying about my safety or anything. And people, they do want to stop and they want to speak. They some of them want to take pictures.
Yeah.
But they want to speak, and welcome to Nairobi. What brought you here? Oh, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna love it. Welcome home. Are you going back? Oh, no, stay here. Yeah.
So you feel safe here for the most part? Do you compared to the United States?
I
You feel like you got to look over your shoulder all the time here?
The only time where I have to look over my shoulder is when I'm walking outside and I have my iPhone in my hand. Because it's a high value item, so I don't want anyone, to come and try to, try to swipe my phone, and I'm screwed. But other than that, when I'm out on these streets walking around, I feel completely safe. I feel safer here in Nairobi than anywhere that I've ever traveled.
Can you say that again? Say that one more time.
I feel safer here in Nairobi than anywhere that I have ever traveled. And I've traveled to 27 countries, from Europe, the UK, France, the Netherlands, South America, Colombia, Brazil, all throughout the Caribbean, St. Martin, Jamaica, Barbados, Turks and Caicos, Antigua, Saba, St. Eustatius, Canada, even Asia. Asia has a lot of gems too. Thailand and Singapore, incredible places. But I feel the safest here, and even of all the African countries I've been to, I feel the safest here. So I just feel like I feel a peace here that I've never felt anywhere, including back home in the U.S.
Yes, absolutely. And do you feel black? Do you feel black here?
So the pros.
Are you black here?
the pros of being here is I'm considered the majority. Growing up, navigating a life in a country where you're not the majority, and sometimes it feels like you're second class. And just to come here and you're the majority, and you don't have to worry about racism, which I'm pretty sure exists here and like everywhere, but the racism that Black Americans know, is non-existent here. Don't have to worry about police antagonizing you, harassing you, or even worse, killing you, shooting you. You don't have to worry about just a high cost of living from my perspective, although the Kenyans have said that the cost of living is increasing, but it's fairly affordable. Having better weather. The weather here is perfect
every day.
When I come, compared to the U.S. Like right now, it's March, so back in the U.S. right now, the weather's kind of tricky. March can be very, very deceptive for us. We're thinking, oh man, spring is on the way. She's a few days away, and here comes like 12 inches of snow.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. You touched on police. So when you see police officers, how does that make you feel?
So honestly,
And what do they look like? Do they carry do they carry guns, or they got a baton, or
so
yeah.
guns is, I don't want to say is non-existent here, but you're not going to see a police officer on their waistband have a gun. The only people that I see have guns here are people that's probably like when I went to KICC. You had like the guards that were protecting like the parliament area, the government area. They had like these rifle guns, but they just wasn't out there. Like let me just shoot and aim. Let me just aim this at someone.
Yeah.
Let me practice.
They're like chill, right?
Yeah.
They're chill. They're not looking for issues or anything like that.
Yeah, and even if you walk past them, if you're too close to them, they're not gonna clutch it and anything like that. So just no guns here, completely safe. The police here, the police here, once they know that you're foreign, they try to kind of be friendly with you. So me, I always tell them, if you protect me, keep me safe when I need you, whatever you want from me, I'll try to deliver the best I can.
Yes.
So far the relationship is good, but I'm still, it's a weird relationship in a way because I'm so conditioned to be anti-police or to be on edge, on guard, and just to be somewhere else where the police is not as vicious. I still kind of clutch up, when I see them around.
Do you believe that Black people should be visiting the continent? Like it's a must. A lot of Black people visit Europe instead of, Africa. Do you think this is a must trip for all African or African diaspora?
I think that coming to Africa would be a life-changing event. But in a way, like I would love for every single person of African descent that's abroad, to come to the continent, pick one of, the 54 countries here and just immerse themselves in the culture. But at the same time, I feel like people have to become ready because I don't want them to come before they're ready. And they come here and they bring America here. They bring their Western views and lifestyle, expectations, culture here, and they get here and become a complainer. Because things are not the way they are in the U.S. or it's not the way that it is in Europe. Not that there's anything, in my opinion, that's bad, but you ever just come somewhere and people are always comparing and contrast. Back where I'm from, this is not like this, or from even customer service to just basic, services that are provided. Even driving on the street, in America, you drive on the right side, the steering wheel is on the left side of the car, but here it's completely opposite. The steering wheel is on the right side, but you drive on the left. You don't want people to come here and they're complaining about that. Or they're complaining that, there's not enough traffic lights to regulate traffic and stuff like that. So I believe it'll be a life-changing event, but it has to be when people are ready, and you don't want to force it, and you don't want to also discourage people from coming here. But it just has to be on their time when they're ready to grow, and when Mother Nature, when the motherland calls them, to come.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree. You definitely have to have a mindset, and I feel like a lot of African Americans, they romanticize coming here. So they think it's like extremely perfect, right? But there's a lot of pros and there's cons as well. For me personally, I feel like the pros outweigh the cons. I'd rather be here in Kenya or on the continent than in America. So I definitely agree with you on that. Since being here, have you seen any business opportunities? Anything that strikes you, or I need to do this, or
I have my own personal ideas, but just coming here, like my first time coming in October, having a guy talking about partnering with him for his restaurant, and I'm like, whoa, chill. Like,
Yeah.
like I gotta, wake up to Nairobi
Yeah.
and, and try to take as much as her as I can in. And he's talking about, being business partners.
Yeah.
But, I have my own ideas. One of my ideas is partnering with the Kenya Tourism Board. I have a humongous idea that could benefit the local Nairobi and Kenya government.
Okay.
When I say Kenya government, the surrounding counties, Kiambu, Machakos counties, that can also benefit, black people abroad, coming here as well. So I definitely have a few ideas.
Okay. All right, that's great.
If I was rich, now a con of Nairobi, these roads.
Talk about it.
I mean, the roads are bad in America too, but some of these roads, my goodness.
Yeah,
So
the potholes are real.
if I was rich and I had access to the material, the resources to resurface the roads, I'm partnering with the Kenya government. Listen, this is my truck, this is my equipment. I'm about to go out here. We're about to resurface every single road.
Yes.
We're gonna make pathways, crosswalks, sidewalks, everywhere. But just overall, there's not that many cons here. The cons of America outweigh the cons of here so far.
Absolutely. That's exactly how I feel. Exactly. I'll deal with the potholes, right? So the exchange rate. How do you feel about the exchange rate? Coming here to Africa,
So the U.S. dollar goes very far in every single African country except for Liberia, because Liberia uses the dollar. So things are probably equivalent. They're probably more expensive because of import and VAT. But everywhere else on the continent, the dollar, the currency is so much higher. So if you're coming here from America or anywhere that uses the dollar or the euro, the pound, you can come here and your money could go far, if you manage your money well. But if you're pretty reckless, you mismanage your money, you allow yourself to be overcharged, taken advantage of financially, then that's where the problem could come in. But the currency rate is cool. The only thing is that a lot of Kenyans are getting hip to a lot of Americans coming here. So instead of charging prices and local selling prices, they're charging them in USD.
Yeah, they call that Mzungu prices.
Yeah. So I've caught that at a few bars and restaurants before. I'm like, no, I want to pay in shillings. No, dollars.
Yeah, because you're probably paying 3 times the price. So the cost of living is fairly inexpensive to Americans. I'm not talking about everybody around the world, but to Americans, the cost of living is fairly inexpensive.
A pro about being here is the cost of living. I tell people all the time, when I document my travels to Africa, to all 7 countries, and I haven't done it for half of them, but when I document it for Kenya, people are like, oh, bucket list destination, I want to go. It's a dream, that a dream come true. The only thing that's expensive is a flight. And if you have a credit card, put it on your credit card, pay it off, over time. But if if you're not able to pay with a credit card, the only thing expensive is paying full price flight price up front. But when you get here, the rent, food, grocery prices, drinks, everything is fairly expensive. I come from New York, where the minimum price for Uber is probably $15. Before the pandemic, you could get places like $3 to $5 with Uber, but now the minimum price is $15. So Uber and Bolt here, I can get around the city in less than $5. Sometimes as low as $1, depending on the time, the route, where I'm going. So everything here is fairly inexpensive. The only thing that I would say that's expensive here are foreign goods. So you're going to the supermarket, you're going to Navis, Quick Mart, you're going to Carrefour, and you're trying to buy, goods that are sold in America, that are produced and sold in America. They're going to be more expensive because of the fees pertaining to importing them here.
Yeah.
But local goods here. I would suggest ditching American goods when you come here because they have all these GMOs and preservatives, additives, hormones. When you come here, I lose weight every time I come.
Yes.
So like even this shirt I have, it's a little loose.
Yeah.
And I put every time I travel, I try on everything that I'm gonna put in my suitcase. It was a little tighter about 10 days ago, and over a week it's a little loose.
Yeah.
So I would say just ditch American goods when you come here. Have Kenyan goods, Kenyan brands, and it's gonna be fairly inexpensive. So you can live a great life here. As far as the rent, like my Airbnb that I'm staying at, it's 2 bedrooms, but I asked my host, so if I wanted to stay here, let's say for 6 months, and what would my monthly rent be? And he quoted me that the equivalent of shillings in USD, it would be about $700 USD.
Wow. And you're in Westlands.
At Westlands.
Wow. And
Yeah.
for people that don't know, that's a really nice part of Nairobi.
Yeah. So coming from New York, paying $2,500 for a compact 2-bedroom where I have no more space. I gotta go back and consider selling things, giving things away, rearranging. To coming here to having a space that is very spacious and that's extremely cheaper, more nicer in my opinion as well, more modern. That's a win.
Okay. Do you miss anything when you travel to Africa? Do you miss any items, anything? I hear people talking about Target, Walmart, some of the conveniences that America has.
I don't miss Target. I don't miss Walmart. I can do without it. I mean, I live in New York, so we don't have a Walmart in New York anyway.
Okay.
But I think that in America we shop at these places because they're there. But like anywhere that I travel, you can find a replacement. Like I don't miss any supermarkets there. The only thing I can say that I would miss about America is my family. Because not everyone has their passports. So if you're watching this and you see me saying this, get your passport.
Yeah, get your passports, please.
Guys,
Please.
if something serious pops off in America, with the conflict between America, Ukraine, and Russia, China, it might get into it soon.
Yeah.
If something pops off, a nuclear weapon, you need to have that passport so that you can easily book that flight and get the heck up out of there.
Yes.
So get your passport, guys. That weed is nice. Sacrifice the weed for about a week or two.
Yeah.
The next pair of Jordans, ladies, the hair bundles, the nails, fellas, like everyone just sacrifice something that is like worth $200, and redirect that $200 to your passport. Of course, it's not 200, but
It's ballpark.
it's about like what 150, 160 now.
Yeah.
So just get your birth certificate, get your passport photo. You can download an app on your phone called, I think, Passport Photo, and you can take your own photo at your home. Go to CVS, Walgreens, Dwayne Reed, get it printed out, get the application, and just get your passports, guys. Get out. America is a very beautiful country. There's a lot to see, but I feel like there's even more to see outside of America.
Absolutely.
So just get out, explore different cultures, get to know different people, know that the world is more than just America. It's more than Black Americans. It's more than white Americans. There's just so much to see, so much to do, so much to learn and explore before you die. The only person that's probably causing me to delay moving here is my mom. I love my mom to death.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. all mommy's kids right now are grown. We are grown and out the house.
Yes.
So mommy, she's there alone. I try to get a goldfish. She had it, then it died.
Yeah.
I tried to get a dog. She gave it back. All right, mom, you gotta have something here to keep you. You know.
Yes. Do you think mom would visit? Do you think mom would visit Nairobi? If you move out here, would that force her to get her passport and come see you?
So mom, she don't even want to come back to New York. So I'm like, if you don't want to come back to New York, ugh. But you know what? I think what I could do, I would have to do some like mind trickery stuff. Like, oh yeah, mom, like, you know, we're going, you know, we're going to Washington D.C. and
Yeah, right.
and you know we're just gonna, you know, visit, like, you know, like the National Monument and the National Mall and stuff like that. You know, get her there. You know, like, I don't want to say kidnap my own mom,
Yeah.
but like, you know, I gotta get her onto the plane somehow.
But she may fall in love with Nairobi. You know, she may fall in love with Kenya.
You know what? Everybody's parent, everybody who I know that has departed the U.S. and they live abroad and they bought their parents absolutely fell in love. And it's caused a lot of people, parents, to retire and sell their house, sell everything, and then come to Africa.
Yes.
Or not even Africa, even to South America. I know that there were a family, you know, their kids, they travel between Panama City and Quito and Ecuador.
Oh, wow.
And when the parents came and visited, the parents immediately, you know, they did their retirement, they sold the house, they sold the car, they sold furniture, and they got on the flight and they was there. So I believe that, you know, because in America we work so hard, like we're always working. I even think Europeans have a better like work-life balance than Americans. So because we work so much, like when I go back to America next week, I'm going back to atrocious work-life balance. I'm dreading it already. But I believe that just everyone, when they come here, when they just see that they can just breathe and they can relax, and they're not in a hurry, they're not in a rush.
Yes.
I feel like the concept of time, I mean, time is important, but the concept was also like man-made, and you know, your life doesn't revolve around being somewhere at an exact time. You're not going to get in trouble or get fired or lose an opportunity because you were 1 minute late.
So you giving up on American dream?
You know what? I don't think that the American dream exists for anyone that was born probably after the 50s.
Why you say that?
I think that, like, if you study American history from about the 50s, 60s to date, you can even go further back to probably the Great Depression years, the you know, FDR's New Deal years, probably go back to like Prohibition too. I just think that because life gets, like, the cost of living in America gets more expensive, and people's wages and their salaries, they either stagnate or your wage and your salary lose value because of inflation. I don't think it's there anymore. Like home values are insane in every single major metropolitan city. Like, in order to, I guess, have the American dream, you're gonna have to be somewhere where the property values are dirt cheap to non-existent, where there's no value. Somewhere where there's like a low population, there's disinvestment, just nothing really going on. To like maybe have like the American dream. But for, like, you know, millennials like myself, even Generation X, I don't think that it exists because we work so much for the little money that we get, and the rent prices are insane. You know, home values are insane. A lot of people, like I have friends that bought homes within the past few years, and they are nervous and scared that they're going to default and lose because of interest rates and stuff like that. So I don't believe it exists. I believe I believe now the American dream is for everyone in America to get the heck up out if you're not rich. If you're not rich,
Yes.
if you're not one of those capitalists that has billions of dollars, if you don't have, you know, dozens of properties, and you know, if you're like the working class proletariat, you know, you work hard for what you have.
Yeah.
I believe that the American dream is to save up what you have and to ultimately get out.
Yes, absolutely. People are working 30, 40 years, and at the end they retire, they get a little cake, maybe a little celebration, and they have nothing. You know, I don't believe everybody should be working. Like your life should be evolved around working.
Right.
Even here, locals, they work, but they also enjoy life as well. So I don't believe in the American dream. I actually believe in the African dream, right? Connecting with our ancestors and getting closer, you know, to our natural way of living.
When I'm here, I don't even want to leave.
Yeah.
You know, I'm leaving in a few days, and I already want to cry. I mean, I don't love Jomo Kenyatta Airport, but I love Jomo Kenyatta when I'm coming in. But when I have to go there to fly out,
It's not a good day. It's depressing.
very
Yes,
depressing.
because it's like you're going back to stress.
Stress. Like I call the U.S. I'm like, the U.S. is. I gotta go back to this cesspool ghetto, just full of multiple crises that's existing at the same time. Stress and chaos. But just here, I think the only stress I have here is figuring out what I'm gonna do every day, because I have some.
That's a good problem.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have.
Because I did my research so well, I got like a list of maybe like 100 things, places to go. I'm like, wait, let me put my phone. Like, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna eat today?
What's your favorite places you've gone in Kenya?
In Nairobi, I start with shopping malls. My favorite mall, I have three. Two Rivers, Village Market, and Hub Karen.
Are they similar to United States malls?
Okay, so yes, but no. Some of the layouts, yes, as far as like, you know, how the stores, you know, like just the general layout of a mall. But then at the same time, no, because most of the malls here have something attached to them that we don't have in America. Like Two Rivers have like an amusement park outside. You know, so the adults can be, you know, in the mall shopping, and the kids could be outside, you know, playing, you know, on the, you know, at the amusement park. The malls are more spacious. I feel like they're more modern. A lot of malls in the U.S., they just look outdated. They look like they were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and they built it, it popped up, they opened the doors, and that was it. You know, there was no upkeep or renovation, no modernization. But here, like the malls are so much better, and they're not as crowded. And then, you know, yeah, I would say there's some honorable mentions of malls that I like. Westgate. Cyrus Center, like the main hub, I guess, because it's like in like central Westlands. You have the Galleria. Yeah, that's a nice one out there as well. So shopping malls here, there's probably like 20, and I'm probably, you know, undercounting.
Yeah.
But I know there's probably 20 good malls. They have like some similar stores, some different stores. But you know, they're all great spaces. They most of them open late.
Yeah, they open, stores open like 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
But I'm saying they stay open.
They stay open late, yeah, but
yeah.
they open late too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I tried before. The website says that they open up at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna get there like at 10:05.
Yeah.
10:05, it's still closed.
Yeah, they be on CP time here, for real. So when you move here, because we're speaking into existence, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
When you move here, what are you gonna bring? Are you gonna bring all your items, all your furniture, everything? You gonna pack everything up?
So I visualize this all the time. I picture it all the time. I think I'm going to bring maybe 10 suitcases. And those suitcases are going to be, probably 5 of them are probably going to be just full of my shoes. I have a lot of shoes. But, you know, like shirts, clothes, jackets. I don't think I'll need a winter coat here. And if I do, I can probably go easy buy one. It's more affordable here. But yeah, just like my apparel, socks, underwear, personal items. Until I learn to get more accustomed to Kenyan seasonings and herbs and spices, I'll probably like pack a suitcase.
Yeah, you gotta get the Lawry's. You gotta get the Lawry's seasoning.
I'll probably like just pack a suitcase full of, you know, American, you know, seasonings until I get accustomed here. But yeah, I'm not bringing any furniture. No mattresses.
Why no furniture? Why no mattresses?
Well, number one, you know, transporting furniture 7,000 miles across a huge mass body of water is gonna be expensive. If I do that, I'm gonna get here and ain't had no money.
Yeah.
But
A lot of people don't know that you can get furniture here. You can get a mattress here.
Yeah.
You know, you can get chairs, tables, everything that you can get in America, you can get here, and they make it by hand too.
yeah.
So
So that, like, no furniture, no appliances. I'm trying to think. Like I'm looking at my bedroom now. If there's anything that I would bring besides like my clothes, shoes, and stuff like that, I would bring some books. Some of my favorite books.
name a book that the audience should read. Name one book that everybody should read.
Okay, so since we're in Africa, we're on the motherland. If you want to know a good historical analysis about, you know, continental Africa, and you know how various aspects were colonized, and you know why the certain countries or regions speak a different colonial language, because you know French, Spanish, English, you know, Portuguese, those are colonial languages. Those are not, you know, native to Africa. So I would say there's a book by Walter Rodney, How Europe Undeveloped Africa. It's a very good novel that I would suggest anyone read.
Okay.
It would broaden your perspective, just about, you know, the scramble for Africa, colonization, things of that nature. American spices, herbs, and seasonings.
Yeah, I definitely brought mine. A whole big old Ziploc bag full of seasonings. So
maybe some grocery items, that's like in a box or something.
what grocery items you gonna bring?
It ain't gonna be no meat
What you
or no
gonna bring?
food or nothing like
You
that.
gonna sneak some chicken on the plane?
That ain't gonna be no good.
Yeah, 14 hours later, it's no good.
No good.
Yeah.
Maybe like some snack items.
Yes.
Like some snack items that's packaged like a box or something.
Some Doritos, some Cheetos, something like that.
Nah, because you know what? When I'm here, I mostly eat healthy. Mostly everything here is healthy.
Yeah.
So
you embrace that. You embrace that culture.
I don't want to bring nothing that's unhealthy here, and I don't miss Doritos. When I'm here, I don't miss it. It's not like I'm in the airport be like, damn, I want some Doritos right now.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't miss.
Yeah, I don't have that feeling.
I don't miss Lay's potato chips. I don't miss sodas. Even though the sodas here, y'all, they taste pretty similar, but the nutritional value on the back is completely different. It's severely less calories and a bottle of Coke or Sprite or Fanta Orange than in those same sodas in the US. The sugar content, I don't think sodas in general are healthy, no matter where it is on the globe. But I feel like the sodas here are much more healthier, a bit healthier than the ones in the US.
Yeah. When people don't eat, you know, junk food all the time. There's what, fruit vendors on every corner. Everywhere you go, there's fruit, and it's affordable.
What's what I just thought about? In the U.S., if I'm going to work, I have to either go to the bodega, the corner store, or I have to go to either Dunkin' Donuts and buy breakfast every morning. There's coffee, there's either a donut, a Danish, a croissant, a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Something sugary, something
Every
calories,
day.
carbs.
I haven't even thought about that my entire time here. I don't miss it. I'm like, oh man, like I want that sweet, sugary, high fructose corn syrup loaded donut right now. Haven't even thought about it.
So you find yourself eating healthier here because it's just in your face. It's rice, maybe some meat, but it's a lot of fruit, and like I said, it's very affordable. Somebody that wants to be like a vegetarian or eat healthier.
And I'm not even eating a lot here. Like the last year of January, I was eating a lot, but I still had no issues.
You're definitely gonna lose weight here. Yeah. Period. You're gonna be more active. The food's healthier.
For me, Africa, the 7 countries that I've been to, but more specifically Kenya, I feel like it's a breath of fresh air. It's the weight of stress, trauma, microaggressions, pain, suffering, heartache lifted off of your shoulders. For me, this is home, and I don't even have a home here yet. But this is home. I consider myself, half Kenyan right now. I don't want to say it's paradise or it's perfect, but for me, I feel content here. This is where I would want my home base to be. And for me, a lot of Americans say that a barrier to coming to Africa is because it's expensive, and I get that for travel's sake. But if you were to pick any one of these countries, you can go to Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Egypt, Uganda, Senegal. You can go to anywhere on this continent, and you'll be able to travel the continent more because you're on it and you have close proximity. So if it's your bucket list, if it's your dream to get here, prioritize your financials. Whatever is preventing you from making that commute, get rid of it. Put it in the back right now, and set your focus on getting here. There's a community of people here that want us here. Every country that I've been to, I've met people that have said that they rarely ever meet foreigners from America. They barely ever meet Black Americans. So they want us here. So instead of continuing to be in a place that causes us so much heartache and suffering and stress, even if you don't come here and decide to live here, just come experience it, immerse yourself in whatever culture of the country or the city that you're going to be in. De-Americanize yourself. Remove the Western part of you out. Don't come here as a complainer. And I trust you. Like, there's healing properties here. My skin is much better here. My skin glows, especially in this nice hot sun, this perfect weather. My skin glows.
It's like we're supposed to be here on this land, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the States.
Yeah. So even though they tell us that we're from West Africa, I feel like my home is in East Africa. Even if I were to take a DNA test and it comes back to Nigeria or somewhere like that, for me, Kenya is home. There's so much to do here, so many gyms, from the safaris to, going to the local tribes, Luya, Luo, Maru, Kakayu.
It's a lot of tribes here.
Masamera, All of the like the natural like landscapes, Hell's Gate, Lake Nakuru, Lake Navasha.
You tapped into Kenya. You tapped in,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. So there was something online I heard through the grapevine. I didn't, see it, but people were saying that there was some type of thing between Africans and African Americans, saying that they dislike each other or whatnot. Have you experienced any type of ill will towards you being in Kenya or even in the other countries that you visited in Africa? Have you
Okay.
felt any type of
So I want to address that. First and foremost, I think that continental Africans, I don't want to say they are obsessed with Black Americans, but they have a love for us, and most of them they want us to come back home. They don't want us to be there. I would say partly that a diaspora war or divisiveness, in my opinion, is more the fault of Black Americans who have an anti-African, view or perspective. They don't want to have anything to do with Africa. They don't think that we really came from Africa.
the blood doesn't lie though? Blood don't lie.
So every place I've been to, and again, I've been to Ghana, I've been to South Africa, Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya, Togo, and Ethiopia. Everywhere that I've been, I have never felt discriminated against. I've never felt as if I was unwanted. I never have been treated like I don't belong here. I just feel that if there's any tension between us, it's one-sided. And I don't think that it's on the side of Africans here on the continent. I would say that Africans they're very curious about Black Americans and the struggles and our lifestyle, in America. Some things they don't understand, they say, they don't understand, the gang culture, the thug culture. They don't understand, the gun culture. They don't understand the intraracial, violent crime. They don't understand they don't understand how we prefer or relegate ourselves to stay in a place where we can't be ourselves 100% instead of coming home. So they want us to be they want us to be here, but they want us to also take pride in our roots and our origins as Africans, or descending from Africans. But yeah, the continent isn't perfect. It has its flaws. America has its flaws, a lot of flaws, a lot of cons. But for me, this is home. I feel at peace here. There's been several times where I've been wanting to risk everything. Like every trip I come here, like, do I really want to get on this flight and go back to America today? Like, should I just cancel this flight, email my boss, resign immediately, and just stay here? I've literally just want to risk it all. But I do want to have kids that are here in Africa on the continent. I want my kids to be so Afrocentric. I want them to know all the African leaders, even the Black American leaders, because even them, they had an affinity for Africa.
Yes.
So I want my life to be Black centered, African centered. I can know who I am, and just have an idea of who I am, before it's time to make my global exit, from the planet.
That's great. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. I appreciate you, Octavius. Thank you so much, man. And you dropped a lot of gems. So everybody follow Octavius on Instagram. His handle will be in the description below. All right, y'all. Take care.